Alright, a little bit of a forward before I start this video. This video is about a Lutron single amp F40T12 magnetic dimming ballast, model BT-1-TCP. I got this ballast off of eBay, and I didn't even know Lutron made magnetic Tu-Wire dimming ballasts, but here's the listing I got this on eBay from, and they've since sold out. I got mine for $9.85 with about $8 shipping, and as you can see, they've already sold. So yeah, I also got the matching dimmer switch for this, also on eBay, and it was being sold by the same person, and I'm wondering, yeah, since that name, like, since they both got shipped by the same person, and it has this this on it, I wonder if this person was maybe an electrician who installed these at one point, and yeah, and they just had a bunch left over of it, and then they're digging through their storage, and they just found these and decided to sell them on eBay. Today I want to take a look at this fluorescent ballast that I got off eBay. At first it might just look like a normal low power factor single amp F40T12 ballast, but it is something else, something much more interesting. So it says on it Lutron and dimming ballast, and I did not know Lutron made magnetic dimming ballasts, but apparently they did. And it says use only with one 40-watt T12 rapid start lamp, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 0.6 amps line current. For for use only with Lutron Tu-Wire controls. And there's the catalog numbers of the dimmers, I think, and there is the schematic diagram, and this is where things get interesting. You can see there is no third wire, because most magnetic dimming ballasts need a third wire to heat the filaments, but Lutron developed I think they developed the two-wire ballasts as an alternative to a regular magnetic ballast, because like you just drop an installation for buildings that don't have a third wire to use, and you could not buy these with inside pre-built fixtures. These were sold exclusively as replacement ballasts, and we can see here it says if it'll focus, come on. It is a Class P UL listed ballast, so it's thermally protected, and on here we can see I think it's a date code. It says 377, so that is probably the March 1977, or the third week of 1977. If anybody knows, let me know, but yeah. So now that we've had a short look at the ballast, let's take a look at the dimmer that is needed to use with these. And here is the information on it. Tu-Wire fluorescent dimmer. Dimmer is only to be used with BT1 or BT-1-TC ballasts only. It can only be used with, it says for use with 1 to 14 40-watt lamps. So you could have 14 of those ballasts just with one dimmer switch. 8.4 amps, 60 hertz. And this comes in like a more retail packaging or whatever. All that other thing came in was this cardboard box just with the label stuck on it. And so yeah, this is definitely a lot nicer packaging. In here, we see we have the dimmer switch, and it says, caution, do not wire hot. Warranty is void if miswired. Read instructions. And this is the dimmer switch. It just looks like a normal, like, dimmer switch. And and there's a screw right here that you can take off to adjust it, which we will need to do later. And there we can see it only has 2 wires. It doesn't have a neutral or anything. So, this is just purely wired in series with the ballast, which is quite interesting. Now, let's put that aside and let's look at the other contents of the box. And, we have some instructions right here, and also, amusingly, a warranty registration card. Let's take a look at that. So, if you want to read it, you can probably read it now. It says warrants it. And do you think that I should mail this to Lutron? And also there's more right there, companion products. And that's some of the other stuff they sold. Do you think I should mail this to Lutron? Let me know in the comments. Okay, attention electrician, read instructions before installing the unit. And the ballast didn't come with any instructions, because you'd be using this, and there's some of the wiring diagrams. This is obviously for a 2-lamp fixture, since most F40T12 fixtures in the US use 2 lamps. It's how to install it, and yeah, there's the manual, and there's some more stuff, and I do have this scanned to a PDF file, which I will link in the description, so you can look at it yourself. And but it obviously said that there's so there's something inside that we need to adjust to get it right, but we'll do that when we actually connect everything. So here we are all wired up, and we're going to be using this Sylvania F40T12 Cool White Deluxe lamp to test it, because this is what I had. And yes, I am well aware that these ballasts need to be, and the tubes need to be grounded because of the way that rapid start ballasts work, but I'm gonna see if I can do it without that, just for the test. And first test will be without the dimmer in circuit. Here we go. Can you see that? Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on! It's come on instantly, and yeah, and it seems to be working. And actually, let me go get the kilowatt. Let's do that again. Here's the kilowatt, and let's see the parameters there. So let's zoom in on that. 122 volts, 0.63 amps within spec, 45 watt, 77 volt amps, 60 hertz with a power factor of 0.9. And so let's look at the wattage again. 45.8 and 63 amps. And it seems to be I'm not sure about how hard it's pushing the lamp, but with a rapid start ballast, if it's being underrun on a rapid start ballast, that can actually make the lamp last much longer. But here's the let's get a close up on the lamp again. There you can see it, and I'm gonna connect my multimeter. Alright, here we are with the clamp meter connected to measure current, and we are reading about 0.04 0.49 amps. And that means is the ballast is actually running the lamp at a pretty much full power, because the specified lamp current for an F40T12 is, I think, 0.43 amps. So yeah, so this isn't doing it half bad. Now yeah, so this ballast is actually turning out to be not as bad as I thought, despite being a low power factor ballast. Now let's hook up the dimmer. But before we proceed with adding the dimmer switch, we have to prepare it per what the manual says. The manual says we have to take this screw out and remove the faceplate to get access to a potentiometer that we can use to adjust it to get the best dimming, so that basically we will put it down at the minimum, and then we will raise it up to the best level, so that the lamps don't to the point where the lamps don't flicker. Okay, here we are out, and I have to say that is one of the worst screws I've had to deal with. Hang on, where is it? It is this screw right here. It's this horrible little plastic screw that I'm probably gonna be throwing away, because I'm gonna use a better screw. So now actually the process of adjusting it. So you see this right here, this knob or the slider right here. So what you're gonna want to do is obviously turn the power on, which I have already done, and then you're going to want to push the trimmer all the way to the right, and then turn the dimmer down, and that is amazing. We just got to see an F40T12 lamp dim. Then we push it down, keep pushing it down until the lamp comes to life, and then we can turn it back up. And oh my god, that is just so cool. That never gets old. Now, actually, let's see what the kilowatt has to say. So here we are, zoomed in on the kilowatt, and 121.3 volts. Well, 121 now. Now let's go to watts. So it's 43 watts right now. 43, let's dim it down. 39, 30, 21, 13, 9, 8, 7, 5 watt. It's a 5 watt. You know, look at this. It is a 5 watt F40T12, everybody. And it's just barely glowing. But we can crank it all the way back up, and there it is. Now, let's actually measure the lamp current for when it is being dimmed. So let's put this on one of the red wires there, and now let's zoom in on the lamp current. So here we go. This is full brightness, and 4.9. And as we wind it down, the lamp current just starts to go down, and then yeah. That is so cool, though. This is probably my favorite fluorescent light ballast yet, but it's not all done yet. Now I'm gonna connect some leads to one side. We'll measure the filament voltage of this lamp, because this is a rapid start ballast. It is constantly heating the filaments, and I want to see how far the filament voltage, if it stays the same or if it drops when the lamp is dimming. Alright, here we are with, obviously I attached some leads to one side, and now the multimeter is hooked up and we're measuring filament voltage. So, This is currently when it's on max brightness, and the filament voltage drops a little bit, but it is still, even on the lowest setting, it is still heating the filaments quite well. So, like, the filament voltage is in proportion to the power, which it should be constant, but hey, at least it isn't going to like 0 filament voltage, like when the lamp is on like the lowest setting. It is still heating the filaments adequately. But anyways, so this has been quite interesting, and actually, let me dim down my fluorescent lamp so that we can see the ballast. That has been quite interesting. This has been my adventure in the Lutron BT-1-TCP fluorescent Tu-Wire dimming ballast.